There have been some explosive revelations that have come in by the son of Khalistan extremist Hardeep Singh Nijjar. Has inadvertently he's revealed that Nijjar actually was in constant touch's friendly relationship with the Canadian agencies and the Canadian police. Hardeep Singh Nijjar's son has told the Canadian press that my father met the Canadian intelligence officers regularly. His name is Balraj Nijjar, and he said, and I'm quoting an excerpt of some of those reports that have now come out. My father met them, he's referring to either the cops or the intelligence agency officers, once or twice a week regularly. They even met a day or two before he was shot dead. Balraj is claiming that he attended meetings between Hardeep and RCMP, which is the police, and that Nijjar was advised to stay at home by the intelligence agencies. Remember that there is hardly this sort of level of meetings, of coordination, of cooperation between the cops, between the agencies and an ordinary Canadian citizen, a plumber. So is there something more? That has now inadvertently come out as well. Let's go across to Canada. Let's try to understand, because joining me live from Toronto right now, India Today's Anisha Mathur, who's currently on the ground. She's been speaking to different voices. Anisha, what has been published in the local press? Do tell us, because this does appear, what he's also been revealed, now that has come out as revelation, that there were these constant regular meetings. This doesn't happen with an ordinary plumber or a Canadian citizen.
Well, good evening, Pooja. I'm here in Surrey now, where this incident had happened, and we've been reporting on the ground about what the sentiment of the public is, what is happening right now, and what we are looking at as far as the local press is concerned. Now, we've been talking to a lot of people around here, and the prevailing sentiment really is that there are a lot of questions being asked about what really happened, what kind of connections were involved in this particular incident. And if we see just today, the Vancouver Sun has reported that Nijjar's son has claimed that he was meeting with RCMP officials. This is something that the local media is reporting. They have been reporting on the death constantly, and just in the last couple of days, we've seen news reports from the various media sources. First, which talked about lapses, etc., in the investigation, that how there was sort of a turf war between the RCMP and the local police. Then we saw, in fact, a statement coming from the local police saying that there was no lapse in the investigation, and that calling those reports incorrect. And there is a lot of back and forth that is really going on about this issue right now as we speak. So a lot of questions being asked, a lot of things are being said by various factions here, but very clearly the Nijjar death and the Khalistan issue is a very, very significant issue.
Anisha, I understand you have to go get some voices and speak to more people. Yes, keep tracking all the latest on that. I'm also being joined by Foreign Affairs editor Geeta Mohan. Geeta, this is very interesting. Hardeep Singh Nijjar's son says he used to constantly, regularly meet the cops, intelligence agency officers, and they had updated him about and said, be cautious. On one side, they call him simply a Canadian citizen, a plumber, an activist, and then these regular meetings with even the intelligence agency officers. What should one make of it? How has this been reported?
Well, the fact that the Canadian intelligence agencies have been following the issue for a very long time in itself goes to show that there was a lot of surveillance when it comes to movement of Khalistanis or pro-Khalistani sympathizers within Canada. It all started, Pooja, the fact that they were saying that they're following and he was going and meeting was because Ripudaman Singh Malik, another Khalistani, who was killed before Nijjar, and after the killing of Ripudaman Singh Malik, it was but obvious that the intelligence agencies would be looking into all these elements and the gang war that has come to light between these two groups, these two factions. So a lot of surveillance is what it proves. It also proves that the intelligence agencies were constantly in touch with these elements, and also the fact that they were ensuring and looking into security and safety of the Sikh community, not just Khalistanis within Canada. Now, what that really brings about or throws up is something we'll have to wait and see, because the evidence that Canada supposedly has shared with various countries, including India, has not been divulged yet.
All right, keep tracking all the latest on that, Geeta Mohan. An ordinary citizen, if simply a plumber, why were the intelligence agencies constantly trying to, as they call it, tip him off, tell him be cautious, and yet they cannot, days on, find out who killed him right in the premises of the Gurdwara? So much intelligence they appear to have, and yet this is what happened. All right, thank you so much for now. Geeta Mohan and Anisha Mathur joining us, as the wild allegations, remember, by Justin Trudeau has led to damaged ties now between India and Canada, and possibly breaking of bridges between communities too.